Hello everyone, welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing a person on your mind reading. The topic is why did they fall for you? Or why did they develop feelings for you? Why they become romantic? Basically, the intention and what did they really like about you? The circumstances that led to this person getting closer to you. This is what I'm explaining. I hope I'm clear. You have to keep in mind this is not like a prediction, this is not about future energy, this is like very specific topic. So yeah, watch it with that idea in your mind. I have three pile options for you today. For pile number 1 we have fish, water element, obviously Pisces energy is there. Pile number 2 we have the moth, this is air element, and a little bit of Scorpio energy because this is about transformation. We have earth element with deer. I connect this card with Mrigashira also. But yeah, take the cards as they resonate. Sorry, the reading and the card that calls to you, pick that one based on your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is the card that came out for you. We have fish. It actually came out in reverse, but just remember that I will interpret it as reversed. You also got Mother of Cups, which is Queen of Cups energy. There's a lot of water element coming through. I think the person did have genuine feelings for you. If you are wondering, maybe someone is asking here, did this person even like me? In that case, yes, the person did like you. Emotions were involved. I also get the sense with this card coming out, you could be their perfect type or something along those lines because Queen of Cups is, the ultimate feminine energy that we're looking for, especially in terms of a male perspective. And if this is like LGBT sort of a dynamic, then they liked your feminine side and your emotional side, your motherly nurturing nature. So overall what I pick up is lots of feelings are involved, and they were kind of led by their feelings because fish is like, this particular card speaks about how the fish gets lost in the current. So, a person who gets carried away by their feelings. Maybe their decision to connect to you, talk to you, could have been slightly more impulsive, also. Maybe they find you physically appealing, or it's not like anything bad. It's more of an innocent sort of attraction that I'm picking up here. They felt like this could be the partner for me. That's what I'm getting. And also carried away by their emotions, not using logic a whole lot. We also have free yourself. It says it's time to take back control of your life. We also have the Capricorn card. It says the boss. So I get this feeling this person could have also been running away from something from their past. Somehow they were trying to free themselves. Maybe they were looking for a distraction from their work life. Maybe work was very difficult, or some sort of a situation in their life which was hectic, difficult. They wanted maybe emotional support, they wanted a relationship, a partner to fall back on because Capricorn can show struggles, the area of your life where you tend to find a lot of difficulty and obstacles. And obviously, it represents a career also. So maybe they felt like, "Oh, you know what, I'm settled in my career. I should now focus on relationships." On other, let's say, another scenario can be the person felt like, I feel emotionally drained. I need a partner. Or I've been single for such a long time. I need a partner. I need that support. So these are some of the things I'm picking up. Why they went for you or why they connected with you. Some of them could have been looking for an escape, and they really liked you. You kind of fit the bill. and they were kind of led by their emotions. It says it's time to take back control of your life. Maybe they felt they were out of control, they had lost control. This is very similar to the fish energy, where they felt out of control. Something else was, maybe there was some other influence also. With the Capricorn, it could be a person's presence in their life. They wanted to break free. Interesting. We do have Five of Cups here. So, this card can speak about emotional disappointment, or perhaps even a relationship that didn't work out. So, one message I'm getting here is maybe a past heartbreak is something this person was stuck on for a long time and they were looking to come out of that. Maybe they were heartbroken, they were rejected, betrayed, cheated on, something like that. And they had been in that energy for a long time and they felt, what, now it's a time to move on. Or I've waited too long for this person to come correct, show up, or maybe fix things, or they were looking for closure. Things didn't work out with this particular situation, and they felt like, what, I need to move on. So maybe it was a rebound for some of you. Maybe you were the rebound. And the free yourself can speak about freeing themselves of this past heartbreak. And the Capricorn could represent the ex, the past person. And we also see this cage sort of a, and see, even this unicorn kind of reminds me a little bit of, not that unicorns are devil, but it's reminding me of the devil for whatever reason, because the horns um, are repeating here. And devil, the tarot card devil is connected with Capricorn energy. So maybe the person was trying to move on from the past. They were trying to free themselves. And somewhere they could have felt stuck. Maybe if it's not a past ex situation, somehow they felt stuck for sure, because we see this enclosure. They were wanting to, maybe they wanted emotional support very strongly, like I said earlier. And the person was genuinely looking to date. We have this card dating. It's not focusing. Number 8. 8 is again the number of numerology of Saturn. So here it again speaks about the Capricorn energy, some sort of difficulty they were trying to overcome. And the person was genuinely looking to date. So this is not like a vicious energy. This is not like purposely trying to make someone fall for them or to hurt their feelings or be careless with someone else's emotions. But the person genuinely could have felt like, what, I need to, because certain people do need to start dating, even if they've not completely processed the past hurt. It's easier for certain people to jump in the dating pool, and then they meet people and it changes their energy and frequency, and then they can be with someone, committed to someone. It's not always like a rebound for a person, even though it might look like that on the surface. So person was genuinely looking to date and looking for a partner. They saw you, something about you spoke to this person, and they were a little impulsive about this decision. They could have been things in the background also. Now it really depends what the equation is today. This is kind of like initial thing, initial energy that I'm reading between the two of you. Maybe right now you're still together. In that case, person, this is how they came to you. If you're not together, then maybe the person didn't process their feelings enough, or they didn't mature enough for a relationship, or they were too impulsive about getting into a relationship. So it really depends where you are at right now in your life with this person. This is what I'm picking up though. Maybe if you're separated or no contact, or you didn't like the person's behavior towards you, maybe they were dealing with unfinished business and certain things they still needed to learn, certain lessons, and they could have just rushed this process. Maybe. We do have the sun also. Your immortal spirit, purpose, and destiny is involved. So, Sun Saturn energy is coming through. Sun Saturn are enemies in astrology. So, this is energy of two people that is not super compatible. or the way they were behaving is not their usual self. That's one message for some of you. For others, they had high hopes for this connection because sun is positive energy. It was also their way of finding empowerment. Here, this was about taking control back of their life, right? And there was this overbearing presence of Saturn. Now the person was finding their own self, their own voice, because sun is confidence, sun is your own, we can say, who you are as a person, you kind of stand up for that. And sun is confidence, like I said. So, person and power. So, empowering oneself. This is what the person was trying to do by getting close to you or being in a relationship with you. Maybe they felt like, I can move on from the past situation. I am lovable. This person rejected me, so what? I found pile number one. Or they were just somehow using you to feel better about themselves. It could be negative for some of you, where they used you, or they were not completely honest with you, or they didn't show up for the relationships with a clean slate. But for others, this could definitely be a person just trying to process things and make things work. It really depends what the situation is today. So I hope I'm making sense to you guys, and the reading can in some way give you clarity. Like the sun is clarity. They were looking for clarity in their life, they were looking for emotional support, they were looking for a partner. This is all I can tell you. Rest you will have to fill in the blanks yourself. So this was the reading. If you want me to continue posting, please support the channel, join the membership. You can also book with me. I will see you next time. Bye guys. Hello, pile number 2. The card that came out for you is Moth. This is air element. We also have Temperance. Number 14 could be significant. What I'm seeing for you guys, why did the person fall for you? It could have been something impulsive, because the Moth card, I read the guidebook. Let me just reread the keywords. There was one keyword that I still remember. It was impulsive. It said impulsive. It says impulsive, hasty, wishful, enthusiastic, whimsical. So this energy is almost like a person looking for a change. Let me quickly just, turn the page in the story of my life. So they found you, they connected with you. Maybe they were in a healing situation. They were trying to heal from something. Temperance is that energy of healing, balance. And maybe the person could have also waited for a long time. They were feeling like, you know what, I waited too long. I need to date. I need to find someone. Or some sort of, see, temperance is balance. So what were they trying to balance in their life? Maybe it was the feeling of loneliness for some, but they were enthusiastic. See, some of the keywords are quite positive: enthusiastic, whimsical. So it's not necessarily that they were frivolous with you, but it's almost as if person had been looking to find someone for one reason or another. Maybe been single a long time, or this is the sort of person. There's certain people who can never stay single, right? So maybe they got out of a relationship, and it was time to move on to someone else. So but there's a little bit of this impulsive energy for sure. Why did they fall for you? It was slightly more impulsive, or maybe something about you, they liked the chemistry, or because we do have this card, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Maybe you were someone who was playful. Maybe your energies was quite aligned. Both of you could have been quite playful and fun, very romantic with each other. Maybe they liked your energy, and they also wanted a little bit of love, fun, romance back in their life. Maybe they had been single for a long time, or this is the sort of person who always likes to have fun. They like having a partner. Certain people are very independent, they don't need a lot of people around them. Certain other people, they feed off of other people, so they like to have friends around, and maybe dating always. So that's the vibe I'm picking up here, wanting to recapture their youth. We also have that same message being highlighted here with Mercury, because Mercury is young energy. Communication also, maybe they could have really liked your communication style, the way you speak. And Mercury is also flirtation, charming. Either they really vibed with you, but their energy was exactly like you. It's making me think of the twins energy, Gemini energy, where the two people are very similar. They just bounce off of each other. They have amazing chemistry. And it's almost like friends, but also a little bit more. So, very romantic. So, I feel like either you really impressed them, there was something about you, there was a spark in you that they really liked, or your personalities were very compatible to each other. So it was like a no brainer sort of a situation. Person could have also maybe seen you as a friend. Mercury's friendship. So maybe they became friends with you, then they fell for you and they thought, we have such good friendship, I should date this person. Some of you, I also feel like maybe you could have been friends for a while before the relationship became romantic. So maybe you were friends for a while. Then they realized, this person is perfect for me, we should date. Or they started out with friendship, then it turned into romance. One more thing we have is number 22, we have manifestation. So this card makes me think of a person who was genuinely looking for a partner, someone who maybe was single for a while or they consciously wanted a partner. Temperance is also there, and we have this manifestation. It's giving me a little bit of spiritual energy. Person who maybe became slightly more serious about life, a person who wanted to consciously attract a good partner for them, a person who got into certain other interests that made them more serious about life, or I don't know, like connecting with the universe and these sorts of things, like manifesting. And I should, think positively, I should do affirmations, I should do this, that, the other. So maybe there was a change in their lifestyle, in their thought process, something like that. And person was consciously looking for someone for sure. Even though we have impulsive, maybe they could be someone who, see, picky people, you can be picky, but you can also be looking for someone like desperately. So maybe they wanted the perfect partner, but they're picky. So maybe that's why they became impulsive and something like that. But there was this genuine intention of finding a partner for them. And we see the three chakras being highlighted here, which is the heart, the, what do you call it, solar plexus, and maybe it's sacral. I think it's sacral, it's not root chakra. I could be wrong. But these were the chakras that were activating for them. Heart chakra, obviously, they wanted a person to kind of love. And the solar plexus is all about fun, energy. Sacral is also a little bit of sexual energy and flirtation, creation. So these sort of chakras were activated for them and they genuinely wanted a connection. We have the hangman. I forgot about this card. We have number 12, hangman. So the hangman definitely does indicate person could have been single for a while. Hangman is stagnant energy. Their life could have been stagnant. Their life could have become very boring, maybe. If it's not a person who's been single for a long time, maybe their life was so boring, maybe career was not, super exciting, or they had, what happens is we always have new experience every day. There could be some excitement in your workplace, you could be getting a promotion, then you become excited, that takes up a lot of your attention. Sometimes you meet new people, you make new connections, and that kind of engages you, gives you stimulation. So, a person who would have a lot going on in their life, some form of novelty is there, some sort of fun, excitement is there, person can enjoy life and still not feel that emptiness or loneliness. But I feel like this was the exact opposite situation in this person's life where they felt like, I'm not super excited about my career. My friends are the same routine. Every day is the same thing. I want a partner. Maybe this could be a person who's been single perhaps their entire life. They've never really enjoyed, or maybe, they keep things light. They don't get into relationships or they don't give people chances. So they could have realized, what? I'm growing old and life has become too monotonous and boring. I should think seriously about having a partner in life. So there are multiple scenarios, but generally the person felt like I need a relationship that will excite me, that will bring life back to my life, and there will be something fun to look forward to. So there was a bit of stagnancy with the hangman, and they had been manifesting the perfect partner for a long time, and they kind of went for it with you. We have Saturn here. It says the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. So this is very similar to what I was speaking about just now. A person who maybe challenge themselves to date, because usually maybe they don't date. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here. And maybe some sort of a, see, this pile has similar sort of cards compared to pile as pile number one. So maybe some of you are watching both the piles one and two, because the emojis are very similar, cards are very similar. Pile number one had also this Capricorn energy, and the impulsive energy was also there. But Saturn here speaks about a person who wanted to challenge themselves, and Saturn is also lonely energy. So, a person who'd been single for a long time, they wanted to challenge themselves. Um, to get into a relationship. Maybe a person who only dates, keeps things very light, doesn't commit. They could have realized, you know what, I want a serious relationship. I'm going to challenge myself. And Saturn can also speak about career, where career might not have been going amazing. So they felt like, let me not focus on my career right now, let me focus on my relationship. So there's multiple things I'm picking up here. So take what resonates, ignore the rest. It really depends where you are at right now with this person. If things are amazing, then I feel like they could have picked you a little carefully. If you feel like the person is frivolous again, maybe that's their nature and they've not yet overcome it. But they need to put in effort. Saturn is learning and, putting in the hard work. So realizing their mistakes, they need to fix that. If you are in like no contact, things didn't work out, then it could have been this person's immaturity. With playfulness, Mercury, Moth, these three cards do indicate a person who could be a little immature. And Saturn shows they need to learn also. There could have also been an age gap between the two of you. We have Mercury and Saturn. Mercury is very young energy, Saturn is mature energy. So maybe they wanted that thrill because of the contrast between the two of you. Earlier, I spoke about similar people. Gemini, here I'm picking up contrast. So take the message as it resonates. This is what I have for you. If you want me to continue posting, please support the channel, join the membership. You can also book with me. I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number three. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what has come out for you. This reading is why did they fall for you? This is not present situation, but when you initially started connecting. So we have the deer, earth element. Deer is nice energy. It shows it's almost like the archetype of the seeker, a person who's looking for something. Deer just makes me think of a person who is looking for some sort of a connection, some chemistry, some compatibility with someone. Deer is also a little bit of romantic, cute, fun energy. Um, we can connect deer with someone beautiful. So you are someone perhaps they found very beautiful and they had their eye on you. You were someone they felt romantic towards, flirtatious towards. So this is a positive card. We also have the golden egg. So you could have been someone special for them. When they laid eyes on you, you were the golden egg. You were the special someone, the secret sauce. I don't know how to describe this, but this is finding like a treasure. And something about you, maybe see, deer is also that energy where a person gets scared and runs away very quickly. So people who need to be eased into a relationship, people who find it hard to connect, they're very quick to reject people. So you have to be kind of like little bit on the eggshells. Speaking of egg, you have to walk on eggshells to make these people feel comfortable so they would commit to you. So the person we're talking about today could be someone who doesn't date a lot. They reject a lot of people. They could get a lot of attention from a lot of people, right? Someone who has a lot of options. That's what I'm getting. And maybe they don't date, or they had come out of the dating phase where they were just looking around and seeing what their options are, and now the person could have been looking for that special someone, the golden egg, the one they can settle down with. Because we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is settling down energy. This is commitment, this is coming together, celebration, marriage, serious stuff, serious. And see, I didn't realize, but the eye here, and here also I was focused on the eye with the deer because the eyelashes are kind of prominent. I just think of the eye with the deer, and here also the eye is repeating. So they had their eye on you. Maybe you were someone they always had an eye on. Maybe they didn't approach you initially, or they could have had feelings for you from the beginning. Maybe you had known each other for a little while, but the person approached you when they were ready to settle down or get into a commitment or get serious. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up so far. Or you were to them someone who's like commitment material or like relationship or marriage material. Either if you didn't have like a long history or long past, they just met you and they felt like this is the person. This is relationship material. This is the sort of partner I can get serious with. Or this is the person I'd be looking for. Because there's certain people who are comfortable dating. They don't want to get serious. They want to have fun. But then some person comes into their life and all of a sudden they're changed. Right? Their desires are changed. Earlier, they had the complete desire of having fun. Now, all of a sudden, they met you and they're like, oh my God, I want this person and I want them on their terms. So, whatever they want from me, I'll do it. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. We have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Maybe this person could have been religious, or this just shows that serious energy, because this card I connect with commitment, coming together and getting into like serious rituals and that ceremony, that side of things where it's like a serious real commitment. And obviously there could be certain things like maybe this person would date around, date whoever, but the idea of the person they had in mind as the husband, wife, the spouse, they wanted someone from their own background, maybe same religion or certain like qualifications in their mind that they were looking for. And when they met you, they were like, this is the person. Earlier, maybe they made an excuse that we are not the same, so we can't settle down. They could have left their partners also. But this religious factors things makes me think of something slightly more serious and also more conventional orthodox sort of energy where two families come together, or we can say two people come together in a union, commitment, something more serious, stable and grounded. So, yeah, I think you just met their criteria perfectly. And here it says, or they were at that point in their life when they were looking to settle down and get married. Earlier, they were more in their fun energy. We have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, exactly, there was a switch where earlier they were maybe in this dear energy of seeking, 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 and they found you, or they were in this energy of having fun, being they didn't want to rush into anything. But as soon as they decided, now I'm ready to settle down, they clearly decided what they wanted, which was you. You fit the bill. Second house is also here. So you could have been someone that a family would approve of. This religious factors things also comes into play over here. Second house is family. So they wanted to start a family with you. That was very clear in their mind. On the other hand, you could have been someone that their family would approve of. And this was a major reason why they fell for you, or they courted you, or they got together with you. You seem like a family oriented person. There's certain people who go for, let's say, chemistry, somebody's humor, or somebody's looks, and there's certain other people who are more caught up with, will this person treat my family nice, will my family approve of this person? How will we raise our children? What religion, what views, what political affiliations, and all of that. So people have their own criteria to pick a partner, right? So this person could have been very particular about things, and maybe unexpected things that they were looking for, certain things that we wouldn't pay attention to, or something like that. We do have this card number 25, reparenting yourself. So this is interesting with the parent card. This parent word coming through again, it's speaking about family, traditions, religion, all of that. So that could be a major factor. And obviously the parents' approval or something, community's approval, society's approval, maybe their future also, where they wanted to live, settle down, and how they wanted to bring up their kids. The kids factor could be there. Someone who wanted to have kids. The egg can also symbolize, the birth, the child. And on the other hand, this could just show person could have learned a lot from their parents' marriage. Maybe their parents didn't have a great marriage, they got divorced, or they had toxic sort of a situation, and they wanted to change that dynamic. And they could have been in a long, maybe for a long time, they felt like, I will never get married, I will never have kids. They could have been traumatized by their parents' marriage, or something or the other growing up in their childhood. Second house is marriage, is family, is your upbringing in a way. But something about you, maybe something clicked where they realized, you know what, with this person I can see myself starting something, getting together. So with you, they felt like comfortable, they felt you were special, you were different, or this person had consciously made an effort that I will not repeat my parents' mistake, and I will find the right partner for me. And you met that criteria. So it can go either way, where you surprise them or you fit the bill. You were the one they wanted to find. We have 10 of Pentacles. Again, it shows a person who wanted to settle down, start a family with. There's a lot of traditional energy coming through here, which could talk about religion, religious beliefs, how to bring up the children, or family's approval, parents' approval, or a person who's more serious, more family oriented, someone who would settle down, someone who would be a good partner, someone who would be stable, loyal to me. So these are the major factors I'm picking up here very strongly. 10 of Pentacles, a person you can build a future with. This is investment, long term investment, right? And a traditional sort of a structure. This is also that marriage settling down card. There's very similar energy, similar cards. And one final card I have for you is Venus, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Venus is love. They fell for you, they fell in love with you. Venus is love, Venus is the feminine energy, Venus is prosperity and money, abundance, all of that. Their Venus got activated when you showed up in their life, they fell in love, or they just knew this is my spouse. Because Venus is love, Venus is spouse. They knew from the beginning that this is the one for me. Or you could have been the most beautiful, most attractive, the perfect partner that they were looking for. Venus is relationship and love. So earlier they were more in the fun energy, dating, like fifth house energy. Fifth house is dating. It's ruled by Sun, Leo. And seventh house of marriage is ruled by Libra. Connected to Libra, ruled by Venus. So they knew this is the one I want to marry. This is the one I love. This is my spouse. Especially for a man, this becomes the wife. Venus is the wife. But in general, also, we see marriage and love with Venus, whether man or woman. So this was a major thing. And their Venus could have also gotten activated when you entered their life. Even the seventh house could have been activated by a slower moving planet like Saturn, Rahu Ketu, or Jupiter. These planets usually activate the seventh house. So, yeah, this is what I'm noticing, where everything just aligned for them and they were very sure about you. This is the most beautiful, most positive pile for today. So, whoever got it, congratulations. I assume you are in a good place with this person right now, or you could be in the initial stage also. This person could also, on the other hand, be a little rigid also. If you're someone who doesn't meet the criteria, they could maybe change their mind also. But again, I'm just mentioning that, but overall, it's like 99% positive. So this is what I have for you. If you like my videos, you want to support the channel, you want me to continue posting, please join the membership, please support the channel. You can also book with me. I will see you next time. Bye guys.